everybody. It's me, Steph Hodge, and today I have my top 10 games that I find are hidden gems of GenCon 2025 to be released or maybe just released. Since I get to play a lot of games in advance, ahead of time, I have already played 92 of the 497 games, including expansions and demos listed on the Gen Con preview found on BGG. So I wanted to take the time to go over 10 games I think are worth checking out that you should check out if you're going to Gen Con 2025. And then I'll also have another video of my top 10 picks of games that I must get while I am at Gen Con. So check out my other video if you're more interested in knowing exactly what I need to get. Or check out this video if you want to find out maybe something you didn't know about some of the releases coming out. So, I guess we should just jump into it. Now, a lot of the games on my list were provided by publishers, or I've played them because publishers have shown them to me at various conventions. So a lot of them I've already been provided to. So they weren't provided to because of this video. They were just provided because they know that I like to play all the games. So let's take a look. Now let me get my screen up here a little bit because I got my computer in front of me. Okay. So this is just in no particular order, just by publisher. So I didn't put them in any other order other than just publisher. So notice I am showing 12 titles on this little tiny list here. Because I'm including a couple demo games that you can't purchase yet. So, but if you get the chance to demo them, maybe it's worth checking out. So it's really 10 games that you can buy and 2 games that you should try and demo for future release. So let's just jump in here. Now, my first game on the list is 25th Century is producing Liar's Dice, which is a plate game. This is an older title, but what I'm finding going to various groups that nobody has played Liar's Dice that are more recent to the gaming hobby. And this is a necessity for any collection. So for those who have never heard of Liar's Dice, you gotta get it. It is a fantastic dice game. And this particular edition is so great because it is a tiny box and it has these really cool, dice cups that you can make yourself by folding up this Velcro and making a little dice cup. It's so cute. It's compact. It's perfect. It plays with a ton of people. So I can't stress Liar's Dice enough for any collection. And because the new edition is so fantastic, it's totally like a hidden gem. I know, like, if you're an OG gamer, you've been playing games a long time, you've probably played Liar's Dice. It's not a new, exciting, or, even a hidden gem to you. But for a lot of new gamers, like my Thursday group, no one's played Liar's Dice. My Tuesday group, I don't even think anybody's played Liar's Dice. So it's sad, but I'm so happy it's now available again because here we are. we need more people to play it, right? My next on the list is from All Play. It's another small box game. They just did their Kickstarter a few months ago for this, Alibis. And it is so much fun. I've been bringing it along to my game days. It plays up to 6 really well. If you're a fan of code names, it reminds me of that because you get your words on the card and you're trying to think of clues that connect to words. But the cool thing is it's cooperative and everybody is trying to give clues that will narrow in on the perpetrator. So there's going to be, if you're playing with 6 players, everybody gets 2 clues. So there's a 13th word on the board, and we're trying to figure out that one word, that one perpetrator that is not included in anybody else's clues. And then we'll get bonus points for getting rid of the heat. So super fun, super clever. I think it works really well. The more players, the harder it is. So, um, yeah, I was very impressed by this game, and I've been playing it a bunch since they provided a copy ahead of schedule. Love it, love it. All right, this was one of my demo games. I got to play this, the Game Makers from Bezier. I got to play this in April. I couldn't talk about it until like a month ago or something. And this game is so good. It's so, so good. And it's not only because it has a whole bunch of licensed titles in it, it is just you are, how do I explain this? There is a central board, and I guess it's kind of the time track mechanic where who's ever the furthest behind is gonna go, but there's gonna be multiple people in areas, and so you're gonna activate the area once it gets to that part of the board. And so the further out you go, like the better the actions and stuff will be, but you're going to have to wait a longer time to get those your guy back to do more things, but you'll get a stronger action kind of thing. And so all of this to say is that you are making board games. You're collecting the materials, and then you're going to try and like manufacture board games and put them onto your personal grid. And so there's different types of goals that are happening, and you can't do everything. So you got to focus in on what you think is the best plan. So everybody has different goals, and you pick up these different cards, which will also provide different scoring opportunities that hopefully go with what you're doing. And so many good choices, and it plays fairly quickly, which is awesome because it's almost like simultaneous what you're doing with everybody else, depending on the space that is activating. So whoever's in the space gets to do something, and then you spin it, and then the next space, and it keeps going around and around and around until the end game is triggered. I can't. You guys got to play this game. If you're going to Gen Con, please check out a demo of it. It's super cool, and the production's going to be amazing as well. Really impressed. The next one I wanted to talk about is Fireside Games. Came out with Please Don't Burn My Village. We actually streamed this one. And I think it's just like a charming card game if you're looking for something that's quick. It's very easy to understand and play, and you're just trying to manipulate the market to end up being the most valuable for the goods that you're playing into a set collection. So if I'm playing a lot of red cards, I'm going to want the red one as high as I can get at the end of the game. So all my red cards are going to be worth 4 money or 3 money, but you don't want it all the way down at the end because then there's worth 1 money per card. So you have to see what other people are doing and kind of customize what your plans are. But I really enjoy how the deck works because when the deck runs out, the game ends, but you never really know quite when that will be because of how cards are revealed into the market. So it's really interesting and well done. The next one I want to talk about is A Foolish Fool from Gamehead. This is just hilarious. If you need a party game that plays a bunch of people and you just want to laugh your butt off, this is a perfect game for that, because I have never laughed in a game so hard as this one here. We played it on stream. We had an amazing time. We played it the first time I played it was with a group of 4, and we were just dying laughing. It was so funny. So it definitely one to check out and not miss, because I get that not everybody wants a party game, but for something that's so silly, this is a great little party game. Yeah. Now, a lot of my games will be on the lighter side because everybody knows about the heavy euros coming out. So those aren't exactly hidden gems. I will talk about a couple heavier games, but for the most part, this list is smaller, quicker play times because those are the ones that are harder to like zone in on because there's so many of them. But everybody wants the big games like Vantage, right? So I'm not going to talk about things like that because everybody already knows about it. So I'm trying to keep it so you might not know about these games. Next on my list is Hans and Gluck. Always worth checking out, right? They were like once my favorite publisher of all time. Like I love Hans and Gluck. I love what they do. They do great work. I was fortunate enough to try this game in April, and this is a small card game for 2 players, and you are trying to basically gain control of the round, the game. It's very fast. It's 1 round, so you're just trying to gain that control. You can either win by having majority for your card values, or you can win by gaining like 5 stones, I think it is. So each turn, you and your opponent are playing cards, and one person will win by having the better value. The other person will lose but get their ability of their card. So you're trying to get the really good abilities, but you don't want to lose too many because then you'll lose the game. So you need to lose but get the abilities to gain that advantage to help you win the game. Really clever dueling game. And I don't even particularly like dueling games. Most people know that I'm not a huge fan of like dueling genres, but this super cool. And there's a whole bunch of different cards, I think, so you can try different combinations of stuff. It's definitely worth checking out. Next on my list is Mythical Dice from Yellow, and I love Skull King. Skull King is a card game where the first round you play 1 card, then 2 cards, then 3 cards, etc. You keep playing cards, hands of cards, and you're trying to basically predict the outcome of what you're going to get each round. This is the Mythical Dice is the dice game of Skull King. So the first round you're going to roll 1 die. Second round you're going to roll 2 dice, etc. And the thing is, you're going to be pulling these dice from a pouch, and you don't know what kind of dice you get, so you put them behind your shield when you do. And then everybody's going to have to make a bet on how many things they're going to roll, how many tricks they're going to win. And if I'm leading a trick, I take one of the dice from behind my screen and roll it. And then everybody else will have to follow suit if they have a matching die. The thing is, the dice it could be a total miss. It could be a flag, but it could be like a 7 and then you win. So you kind of have to take the odds of like, well, it's a really good die, so I'm going to choose to say I'm probably going to win this one. You can always still lose by rolling a flag, but you just don't know. It is a bit of chaos, but it's a ton of fun chaos. I really enjoy that chaotic dice rolling, and what are you gonna get? The crazy moments in the game where I roll a flag, go good, I'm not gonna win it. I was planning on not winning this one, and then everybody else rolls a flag, so then because I rolled the first flag, I win. So I'm like, no, what do I do? So how can I lose the other ones? There's a lot of good moments and super fun. I really enjoyed that. Next I'm talking about is TowerBrix from Cosmos. So this is a cooperative, like it says dexterity there and balancing, but it's not exactly that. It's more of trying to remember how the structure was when someone built it, because you are trying to figure out everybody's condition for winning the game. So like my condition might be no purple blocks can touch the table, or like the 2 red blocks have to be touching each other, or something like that. Like the blue blocks have to be leaning. Everybody will have some condition for how this tower is made. Now you're trying to get the tower a perfect order so everybody is happy with it. It's almost like Decorum if you've played that. But, it's a little bit easier because it's a one round and then you're done sort of thing. I will say the biggest complaint that I have with this game is that there's no real scoring conditions. It's gonna be like you win or you lose. It takes however long it takes, and you can do it or not. I wish there were kind of scenarios to work through, and then it gets harder as you go, sort of thing. I feel like it could have been a little bit deeper than it is, but for what it is, I think it's still a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people will get some fun demo time at the Cosmos booth with this. So I really enjoyed it the few times I have played it, and yeah, look, only 2 thumbs, like nobody knows about it. All right, this is probably a game that everybody or a lot of people have heard of. So I would say this is probably like my least hidden gem on the list, but Dark Quarter like swept us by storm when we played it in prototype form on the stream, however, like 3 years ago or something. I don't know. It feels like forever ago when Evan came over and we played Dark Quarter with him on stream. It was Jelfie's like it was a long time ago. I know. It feels like forever ago. But I'm finally excited that they are releasing the game and that it's ready to go. And it's just so cool. It's a really like it has this great atmosphere. It's you're walking around the board trying to like figure out what to do, to solve those mysteries and exploring. I love exploring games where you're just trying to, immerse yourself in stories, and what happens to you in game 1 will come back to bite you in game 5 if you make poor decisions. Don't make poor decisions. It is totally a story driven game, and it is so cool. uh, yes, exactly. Zool is a pain in the butt. um Last Torpedo says, I backed Dark Quarter after your stream in 2022. Well, thanks. I don't know if you've received it yet, but hopefully soon if it is being released now. So excited for it. So I had to put it on my list, though I'm not sure it's like that much of a hidden gem. I hope most people can play it and enjoy it like I have, because it is so cool. It's kept me thinking throughout all these years, even though it was 3 years ago. I still remember it, and I'm really excited for it. All right, here's my second game that is demo only, I think, to be released at Spiel. Lost Torpedo says he received Dark Quarter 2 months ago. Awesome. I need to receive it. I love it. So Heat Team, I got to try in April, and so fun. It is a cooperative hand management game, and what happens in the game, there's like I think 5 different levels that you can play, difficulty levels, but you're going to start on level 1, make terrible choices, probably fail, and then try it again and win. But so for instance, in level 1 I played with 2 others, and you get a hand of 4 cards, and you're going to have to pass 2 of those cards to both of your neighbors. So you look at where they are on the board and try and pass cards that will help them do tasks that they need to do. So if you're in the mountain area, I might provide the snow travel card, or like the bear, or whatever animal might be, because there's different things that we have to accomplish as a team. So you're really trying to help both people with the passing. You're not trying to like mess anybody up, even though that will inevitably happen because you don't get cards that are good for them, and you still have to pass them stuff anyway. So you're going to be passing cards, and then everybody's going to start taking turns doing things on the map. And you're trying to travel to locations, fulfill goals along the way, and it's so complicated. It's so cool. And as you go through the different games, you're going to have new challenges to overcome. And by the 5th game, it's like, we were hearing about it. I'm like, how are you ever going to do that? It's just like crazy. But it was so much fun. It left an impression on me. So I was excited to see that they were going to be demoing this at the Madigo booth. And yeah, it's super cool. So yeah, be on the lookout for the Peak team. All right. Another plate game, this time from Plate. I mean, so the Liar's Dice is also from Plate. I'm not sure if you can get it at the Plate booth, but definitely check out 25th Century Games because they will have it for sure. Now, Beer Mug Dice. I haven't actually played this edition of it, but I have played Polterfast, which I love Polterfast. So I know that I'm going to love Beer Mug Dice. Now, it is the same in BGG one way or the other, so I don't expect that they changed any rules with additions. But super love Polterfast. It is a push your luck dice game, but the dice are like these little barrels. So they're D2s, and you're trying to roll the dice, slam it down so that they're all like standing face up, one way or the other. And then based on your result, other things are going to happen around the table. Oh man, it's for a quick dice game, it's super fun. And I love pushing my luck. Most people know that about me. Um, Next on my list is Tag Team from Scorpion Mask. And I got to play this in April. It was a demo game. So, again, I'm not into the two-player card dueling thing games so much. However, this one grabbed me. Each player is taking the role of two characters, and I think there's like 16 or something crazy in the box. So you're going to be mixing and matching all these characters. Each character is going to have different abilities and goals, and ultimately you're going to try and get one of your opponent's characters to health 0. And in the meantime, a whole bunch of chaos is going to happen. So what you choose your characters and you mix up their decks into one deck, and then you're going to have a hand of cards, and this hand of cards is going to be like in order, if you will. So when I draw, so if I have a hand of 5 cards and then I draw, next turn I think I draw 3 cards, I choose one of the cards to put somewhere into the hand of cards. Now going forward, I'll have the hand of 6 cards, but they're all in the same order except for the card I just inserted here. So you kind of are remembering what your opponent is doing, because if that card's near the top, how can I defend or counter the attack? Because you're kind of learning what's going on that side of the board, but they might disrupt it by putting the card in the first position. So you're like, okay, well, is it going to be in the first position again, or is it going to be in the second position? And you're trying to put these cards in an order to get the advantage. And so certain characters will have different abilities. So if I trigger enough damage on the bear, I turn the character of the bear, I turn into the bear, and then I have like all this rage and rampage and stuff. Or I think my other character was kind of like a shogun character where, he's a warrior and he could defend easily. Or I don't remember. I know Michael had a pirate kind of character, and he had to build up so he could start shooting heavy. Again, it was in April. I don't remember exactly all the abilities, but there were a lot of cool different things that were happening. Very different characters from one another. So, and I think they already have expansions on in mind or on the way. So it's really cool. And games are it says 10 minutes. It's very quick because as soon as someone loses all their life, it's over. So I was very impressed by the diverse characters and abilities and trying to like grok what I should be doing. And then the game is over and you're like, okay, now how can I play better? What characters can I be? Um, this is a really good grab at GenCon this year. So worth it. I think that's it. That was my top 10 titles plus 2 demos because I can't help myself and have extra. Uh, but I really, hopefully, you enjoyed my very quick list. It feels very fast out of the 92 games that I've played. It's really hard to narrow down to only a couple to choose to be on a hidden gems list. But I think they're all really great, and I would happily play any of them. So hopefully, you will also enjoy playing them. Again, if you enjoyed this, you can like and subscribe on YouTube. Um, and go check out my other Gen Con preview list for my top 10 picks that I'm going to be streaming on Twitch right after this. So you can find me on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph or on YouTube at BoardGamerSteph. And yeah, Michael and I stream every Wednesday and Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Central, and we stream 3 or more games each night. So join us over on there. And for those on Twitch, I'll be right back.